What's up, YouTubers? And today I'm going to tell you how to become an anime fan and an otaku. Now, I came up with this idea from a few videos I stumbled across either on TikTok or on YouTube that told people how to become an anime fan, but I just disagreed with a lot of things, especially if you are a newcomer. It just seemed a bit much. You're asking for a lot. So I thought I could do better. Something actually nice for beginners to not only see them how to start off being an anime fan and probably work their way up to becoming an otaku. Now, for those people out there saying otaku means anime fan, so there's really no difference, I'm someone who sees like otaku as someone who not only likes anime but a lot more as well relating to anime. If you're just someone who likes anime and just got introduced a whole lot of once, that could be like a bit overwhelming. Hence why I decided to create this list. Think of it more as like tick lists. If you do a minimum of these, you can say you're an anime fan. But if you do a majority of this, you can call yourself an otaku. And for those who want to get into the anime industry and want to start calling themselves an otaku but don't know where to go, think of this as a helpful guide. So of course, guys, to make sure I'm not overloading new people, I did pick 12 good things to tick off that will help ease people in, going from anime fan to otaku. I did research, I looked into people who started in the anime industry and what they would like to know and all that. But of course, guys, these are my checklists. If you got something that you'd think would be helpful for newcomers, go ahead and leave them in the comments section below. Let's all get together and help new fans to know what it means to be an anime fan or an otaku. So let's start off with something very simple for you guys. Why don't you go ahead and hit the subscribe button? It's a good first step. Heck, why don't we make it a leap and hit the like button as well? It's a nice way to give this channel some support and as well keeps you up to date with some anime info as well. So with that all out of the way, let's go straight into the first step, which should be obvious. Start watching anime. Now, I'm sure that one's pretty obvious, but let me go into a little bit more detail. I think what will make a good first step is to choose 3 anime that look very interesting to you and do what we in the community like to do, and that's the 3 episode rule. It seems weird, but a lot of fans like to say if you watch the first 3 episodes and you like what you see, continue watching it. If you don't like what you see, then you can drop the anime. So I thought I might extend this rule to, of course, being your first 3 anime. Just choose 3 anime that look good to you, either from the poster, a clip you've seen on YouTube, TikTok, wherever, or if it just sounds interesting, go ahead and give it a try. If you want 3 recommendations from me, which is a good starting point, I recommend My Hero Academia, Konosuba, or Toradora. A lot of people think these animes are good starting points. You've got a wide variety with these 3 options, and I honestly really like these 3 anime myself. And of course, once you've chosen your 3 anime, and from those 3 animes you finish watching what you think is very good to you, you should do step number 2, and branch out and have a look at more animes. I'm not kidding for step number 2. There's a wide variety of anime out there, with different stories, different elements, genres, categories. Some that you won't even believe you'll like. You could jump straight into a survival story, but enjoy the character growth and world building, rather than the whole survival aspect. You can go into an anime where someone's been transported into another world, but stay because of how he got himself into a situation he never expected. Or you can go into an anime which you thought looks wholesome, and stay because, well, it is wholesome. Just extend a bit more. Go and explore. Don't be afraid. Well, that's a bit of a lie. But still, go and explore. If you want something to like really experiment with, try one of the big 3. A lot of people recommend giving the big 3 a try. And those big 3 are Naruto, going into Naruto Shippuden, going into Boruto, though the fan base is a bit iffy about Boruto, so you might want to forget about that, or try, go ahead. We've got Bleach going into Bleach 1,000-Year Blood War. Or if you're feeling very adventurous, go to One Piece, which has over 1,000 episodes. Only very few anime can claim that right. So of course we should move on to set number 3. If you got a bunch of anime you like, why don't you go buy the Blu-rays and DVDs? A lot of fans do this because it supports the industry, plus you have your own physical copy of the anime you hold so dear. Not to mention as well, DVDs and Blu-rays hold extras like commentaries and behind the scenes info. So that might be very useful for you to learn more about the anime. Not to mention as well, after you get the DVD or Blu-ray, you can re-watch it and re-enjoy watching the anime that you like so much. Maybe even catch up on details you haven't noticed during your first watch through. In fact, linking to set 3, why don't you give the manga or light novels a try? The difference between manga and light novels is manga is basically a Japanese comic book, while the light novels is your typical standard textbook. And of course, with mangas and light novels being the original source for a lot of animes, these can probably hold extra details that you never knew. Sometimes, in fact, the mangas are actually more brutal than the anime. And considering that the manga is the source, there's a lot more manga out there than anime, so it can help you introduce to some anime before they even come out, or be a way to introduce you to the anime without going to watch the anime. There's even some people that prefer the manga over the anime, so it's worth giving a try. Speaking of choices, we can go on to step 5, try the opposite language. Since anime comes from Japan, there's a Japanese language version made for that kind of audience, the Japanese people. And of course, being brought over to the West, the English-speaking areas, for example, people like us are speaking English. A lot of animes are just changing the language to English. But since this video is targeted more towards new anime fans, and those said anime fans are probably watching in English, I recommend you give the Japanese version a try at the very least. Maybe an anime that you've already watched with a short amount of episodes, you know what's going on, but try in Japanese to see if you prefer the voices, the storytelling, or if you just find it very interesting with it being in a different language. You'll be surprised how the dialogue can change so much between the English and Japanese versions. Maybe you'll be interested to see the big differences they make, or maybe if the dub version has improved upon the original Japanese version. If you dive into the whole sub versus dub war, just know there's going to be a lot of people belling at you no matter which side you pick. Be like me and sit on the fence. Just say you watch both. Don't worry if you choose to only watch the English version, and don't worry if you choose to stay over with the Japanese side. It's all fine. We're all anime fans at the end of the day. Though if you do go and try the Japanese version, you'll be surprised to see that there's a bunch of anime out there that have not got an English version. So giving the Japanese a try will actually open you up to more animes. And of course, while you're over there, we might as well talk about the language of the weebs. Now, to be honest, this is more of a joke title. But what I mean by that is, there's a lot of Japanese words that us, the fandom, tend to use as an inside joke, or a way to convey feelings, or sort of a subtle way to say yes we're fellow anime fans. We tend to use mainly one-off words, just words that we can fully understand. Don't worry, I'm going to give you guys some examples. Some of the most famous ones are baka, being idiot, kawaii, being cute, nani, being what, ikozo, for let's go, and of course the most dangerous one when it comes to girls, ara, being oh my. It may not sound good coming out of a guy's voice, but trust me, when you hear it out of a girl seductively, it's quite dangerous. Next option we got, guys, is more for the gamers. Try the video games. You'll be surprised how many anime video games are out there, being tiny pieces of media, being retellings, or just being its own thing. So if you're a gamer, you like anime, you can dive into the video game and even relive the story as your favorite character. One of my favorite anime video games that I really enjoy playing through It's actually the Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm games. We don't talk about the first one, but 2, 3, and 4 are retellings of the Shippuden storyline. And I absolutely loved playing these games, being Naruto, going through the Shippuden storyline, which is amazing. And of course the biggest anime at the moment has to be Jump Force. This video game takes animes from the magazine Shonen Jump and take all these anime characters and smash them into this video game where everyone can play as their favorite shonen character and fight against each other. Sadly, you can't play this game online because they closed all the online rooms, but there is a sequel coming out called Jump Stars Ultimate, and I can't tell you how excited I am for that game to come out. And since we're expanding our horizons with video games, we may as well expand ourselves even more with number 8. Try some tokusatsu. Yes, I know, this is more for like if you want to be an otaku, but tokusatsu is actually partially linked to anime, believe it or not. Tokusatsu is a Japanese term for live action films or television series that heavily use practical effects. And I'm pretty sure some of you have heard of some tokusatsus without even realising it. Godzilla is actually a tokusatsu series, not the MonsterVerse version though. The original is a tokusatsu. In fact, one of Godzilla's recent outings, being Shin Godzilla, is regarded as one of the most famous tokusatsu movies out there. And I'm pretty sure some of you have heard Power Rangers. That's an adaptation of a tokusatsu franchise in Japan called Super Sentai. So you can get a Japanese version of a Power Rangers team you can go and watch. And of course, while you're giving Super Sentai a try, go ahead and try Kamen Rider, which is like the big brother of Super Sentai. Super Sentai came from Kamen Rider. And heck, some of my favorite toku is from Kamen Rider. If you want to give Kamen Rider a try, I recommend a series like Kamen Rider Build. It's a good starting point if you want to try some Kamen Rider. So with a bunch of anime and tokusatsu being introduced to you now, you probably found some music that you enjoy. So take our number 9 option. If you enjoy the music, listen to it to your heart's content. A lot of fans out there have their favourite openings, endings, and soundtracks, and we listen to them. We have them on our Spotify, we've got playlists on YouTube full of them. No one's going to blame you if you've got a favourite opening and you like listening to it. A lot of anime openings, heck even some tokusatsu openings, have full versions out there as well. Think the opening as a teaser, or even the ending as a teaser to the full song. Go ahead and listen to it. No one's going to blame you. I listen to Kamen Rider Gates opening all the time. I just absolutely love it. And of course, there are rare occasions where they get English versions. If you go to Kamen Rider Build, which I mentioned in Tokusatsu, its opening has an English version done by the same person who sang it. And I absolutely loved when that was released. It was amazing. And don't worry if there's no official English version, there's fan versions out there. So now that you've introduced yourself to a whole bunch of this, I assume you want someone to talk to. So why not go to a convention? There's a whole bunch of anime related conventions out there. Even Comic-Con has anime related stuff now. I'm pretty sure if you go to a convention, even a tiny one out there, you'll find a bunch of fans you can talk to. And heck, while you're there, do number 11 and get some merch. Comic-Cons is a lot of people's places to get exclusive merch. And I don't blame them. Some of the merch is amazing. A lot of the stuff I actually get is from conventions if I can't get them online. For example, right here, I've got a Naruto headband that I've got from a convention, and it's one of my favourite things to put on. For Fairy Tail, I've got this amazing Zodiac key set, and it's one of my prized collection pieces, is actually having the Zodiac keys from the anime. And I think a bunch of anime fans are going to be jealous of this, an actual Attack on Titan sword. Don't worry, it's not real, it's made out of foam, but it's still amazing. I just love it. The fact that I got an Attack on Titan sword from Comic-Con. Oh, come on, this is amazing. And of course, you can get figures. This is actually a model kit. One I actually put together and built. It's kind of a double meaning as well, because this is Kamen Rider Build. Don't worry, there are actual figures out there. I just chose to get my model kit because I'm actually kind of proud of it. And of course, being a model kit, you feel more accomplished when you've actually finished building it. And I gotta admit, I am really proud of myself for building this. And don't worry, you people who don't have a convention near you or don't know if you do, we got one for you as well. Try social media. There's loads of groups out there full of anime fans that either help each other out, give recommendations, memes, you name it, it's probably there. There's even websites out there dedicated to reviews and helping you keep track of anime and manga that you've watched or read. I recommend you try My Anime List. It's an amazing website. It helps me keep track of my anime. There's even reviews that people publish about certain episodes or even the overall. So you can get a bigger idea, even look at popularities for it. And for those rare of you that have actually given Tokusatsu a try, don't worry. There's a My Drama list as well, so you can keep track of Tokusatsu through that. And of course, it goes without saying, there's YouTubers out there. That's not just me. So why don't you go try and find a YouTuber that you like and go ahead and check out their content. Of course, after you check mine out. And finally, guys, I'm going to give you some personal advice from me to you as a fellow anime fan. And I call myself an otaku as well. Just take it one step at a time. There's loads of anime out there. Don't be afraid to go in the dark when it comes to a lot of these anime. Mainly pick the ones that look good to you. Either the clips, the poster, or even ones your friends recommend. Don't take that with a pinch of salt because some people might be trolling you. There's loads of anime out there. If you haven't found one that's right for you, maybe the next one will. Don't be afraid to experiment with your options as well. I may be a guy, but I do like cutesy anime as well. Blend S is a good example. I may not like horror, but I do like Attack on Titans and even High School of the Dead. Though that might be for a different reason. At the end of the day, we're all anime fans. And I honestly have to say, this community is quite a nice one. And there we have it, guys, a roadmap to becoming an anime fan / otaku. I think I did a really good job. I researched my butt off trying to find some good, nice ways to become an anime fan and altered them to the best of my condition to make sure they're not scary, especially since I think a lot of people really set the bar too high. I wish there was a list like this for me when I started an anime fan. I have no idea what I was doing. I just dived in head first. There's actually a full video on it if you want to go check that out. Of course, guys, being that this video was a bunch of my opinions, feel free to leave your opinions down in the comment section below, or even some advice for newcomers out there. I'm pretty sure they will really appreciate. And of course, if you're a newcomer, you've got a question, and you're scared of putting it, don't worry. Put it down in the comment section below. We will help you out and give you your answers you're looking for. If you don't know where to go from here, don't worry. That's fine. I've given you a bunch of anime recommendations in this video. But if that's not enough, or none of these seem alright for you, I've done other videos where I talk about other animes as well. Go ahead and give them a watch. And with that, I think I'll leave it at that, guys. I'm going to start swinging this sword around and pretend I'm in the world of Attack on Titans. Can you blame me? So to our new anime fans, welcome. And until next time, this is me, signing out. Bye bye.